Hello everyone and welcome to a new buff breakdown. But before we get to the buff, let's just talk about this. So we're getting an actual full strengthening campaign. Normally, I think they kind of just do these on anniversaries, but we are getting one right now. So we will get daily buffs. So expect a lot of buff breakdowns dropping on within this week. So today, the first one, we have a 5-star archer, which went to Arjuna, which we'll talk about very soon here. But then tomorrow, there's a 4-star assassin. The day after, another 4-star assassin. Then we have a 5-star berserker, very interesting. 3-star rider, 4-star rider, and finally a 5-star lancer. So there's already going to be a lot of speculation, I'm sure, about what these buffs will be. So a full week of buffs is very cool. So expect to see a lot of daily uploads, of course. Surely, okay, let's just be real. Surely Kiritsugu has to be one of these by now. It's like, if not, then, you know, I don't know what to say. Anyway, let's cover Arjuna's buff today, because this is the first one. So this is a buff to his third skill, the only thing left of his kit that wasn't buffed yet. For those that don't know, both his first and second skills have already been buffed, including his MP. So now he joins the ranks of having a buff on everything he has. Very cool, actually. So this third skill used to be pretty bad, so it makes sense that they would buff him. So previously, on a 5-turn cooldown, he got 30% buster up and 20% MP damage up for 1 turn, and that was it. There's basically a MP, mana burst with mixed damage buffs. Obviously, for the MP, it's a little bit better, but for face card, it would just be worse. But to be honest, he only has one Buster card in his deck to begin with, because he has that weird full caster deck. So it was really bad. Just a terrible skill, not much redeeming for it. So let's see what they did. So now on the same 5-turn cooldown, both the 20% MP damage and the 30% Buster up, they're now 3 turns each. Great. And then we have one new line, which is 30% arts up for 3 turns on self. So now he also gets the arts boost, which is nice because, again, he has that really awkward caster deck to work with. So now his arts cards are definitely better. And obviously now the uptime is so much better. It's actually now on a 5-turn cooldown, this skill is actually really strong. This on someone else could be absolutely game-breaking. It's basically that good. Very easily stackable as well with some Koyan shenanigans right now. Very great buff, obviously, but the question remains, will this have a great impact on him? It's a very similar buff what they did with Karna not long ago, but I feel like for Karna, it was a bigger deal than Arjuna, because he was easier to work with to begin with. One of the reasons why Arjuna is kind of hard to work with is because even after the buff to his second skill, he still gets a 25% battery, which is a really weird number. Now, granted, he gets 10% gauge per turn, so there are ways of kind of doing some buster looping with him, but it is not very pretty, unfortunately. The batteries there are misaligned. So again, I've always considered him a DPS over a farmer because of that. And he also has some other cool stuff for that too, some stars, some healing. He's almost debuff immune permanently. There's some stuff to like here for DPSing. Granted, the MP is still really unfortunate on effects as well. Doesn't really help his case either. But this skill, at least, if we look at the skill itself, this is an EX tier skill, as the name implies. It is amazing. It's an amazing skill. It's very basic, but it's just a very amazing DPS skill. What most SSRs or any servant would dream to have, basically. Also, again, worth noting, I'm not a huge fan of his deck. That should be obvious by now, but with this, it's a little bit better at least, because now it's, his arts cards will do more damage, and it's a bit easier to have some MP uptime for the DPSing purpose. Now on the Archer tier list this year, I believe he's on C, and I think that's the lowest rank we've given to any SSR this year. So again, I'm not surprised that they wanted to finish off his kit with full buffs at this point. So with this, he's at least a C+, maybe could be a B tier as well. Well, you know what? Yeah, let's just put him up here. Sure. Maybe I'm jumping the gun, but we'll see. At least his kit does quite many things now, and the uptimes are no longer trash. So that's nice. It's just that he still has his awkwardness, but correct me if I'm wrong. If you have good ideas of how to utilize him better now, do let me know in the comments. So yeah, on that note, we have 2 4-star assassin buffs coming, which is a bit unfortunate timing, because literally last week we finished the assassin tier list, so it is what it is. Now, my guess is for the 2, the order doesn't really matter, I guess, because they're the same rarity and class, but I would guess Emiya, aka Kiritsugu, and for the other one, I'm thinking maybe Carmilla or Danzo, or even Gutchad, or even Steno. To be honest, 3 of those servants that I just listed have those really awkward vampirisms with the terrible battery and RNG chance to drain. So I was saying in the Assassin tier list that I really want to see all of them buffed. So I wouldn't be surprised if both of these buffs are to the same skill but for different servants. In which case, again, rip Kiritsugu, he gets shafted again. But honestly, I would love to see the vampirisms buffed as well. So we'll see what they go. Surely at least one of these buffs will be a vampirism buff to fix those awkward numbers. So there you go, day 1 done. So again, this will be a lot of content. So on that note, if you enjoyed this video, do me a solid and press the thumbs up button on this video. It really helps out, and do subscribe not to miss out on future videos, because again, now for at least a week, you will see daily uploads, and of course, some days we'll even have more than one video. Like Friday, for instance, we'll have Draco Gacha, and then Saturday, Sunday, depending on where you live, we'll have the Berserker tier list as well. So lots of content on the horizon, so hope you guys are going to be tuning in. Shout out to my patrons on the screen right now, and Suit for being a big YouTube tier member supporter. And otherwise, see you guys tomorrow on the 4-star assassin buff. See ya!